Greetings, everybody. This is True Blue Magic Dude coming to you at October 20th, 2015. And the topic of today is Fatal Frame 5 being censored. And what are they censoring? They're censoring skimpy outfits that you can unlock in the video game, and they're replacing them with Zelda and a Zero Suit Samus costume. And I don't condone censorship of any kind. You know, I just do not condone it. And then you have apologists being like, oh, well, they're just a couple of costumes. It's still a part of the original creation. It's still... I don't want any losses coming from the Japanese version to the American version. And anytime this happens, it pisses me off. It pissed me off when it happened with Streets of Rage 3, when Bare Knuckle 3 had like all these costumes and all these colors and all these things changed in the American release. It was just, it looked bad. It looked awkward and it looked forced. And because I remember when I went from Streets of Rage 1 and 2 going into 3, it looked bad. It looked weird. And you know, and when I was a kid, I wondered, why was that a thing? And when I got internet, I realized, oh wow, they actually that's why it was weird. It's because it was super censored and it was just tacky. And here we have Nintendo is censoring a game in 2015. And again, this looks weird because what do Zelda and Fatal Frame have to do? I mean, what do Zelda and Metroid have to do with the Fatal Frame franchise? Nothing. They have nothing in common other than their games that are on a Nintendo platform. And I'm at this point where I'm sick of seeing Zelda and Metroid costumes and everything. You know, you have them in Bayonetta, you have them in Monster Hunter, you have them in what was it? I know you had Zelda in Sonic Lost World. You had them in Tekken. I don't know if I said that already. Maybe I did, but they keep pushing these costumes in all their games, and it's at the point where it's just like, I don't even care. How about making an actual Metroid game where you get to play as Samus, huh? That'd be a great idea, Nintendo. That'd be a great idea to have a new Metroid game where you get to play as Samus. No, instead we get the crappy 3DS game where you play as some random Earth Defense Force people, Earth Defense Federation, whatever the hell they're called. And it's just, nobody wanted that game. Nobody asked for it. Just like this with Fatal Frame. Nobody asked for a Zelda or a Metroid costume. Nobody asked for this. And you're putting it in and taking out the old costumes. I do not condone censorship, and this is ridiculous. And you know, I was thinking about buying it because it looked like a pretty good game, but they had to censor it. They had to shoot themselves in the foot and censor it. And I'm not buying it. Even at a discount price, I don't care. The only way I would download it is if it was free, because I wouldn't pay for censorship. There's just no way. That would be like buying the Sistine Chapel when they censored like over the art. You know, why would you want to buy a censored artwork? You know, it's just it feels wrong. It feels weird. It feels forced. And you know, since video games are artwork, that's what they're doing. They're censoring artwork. And you know, it's at the point where this is going to be like, for me, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm not buying anything Nintendo anymore. Amiibos can go to hell. Zelda, the new Zelda game, I don't care about the new Zelda game. Do not care. Not interested. The new Star Fox game, I was interested. Not going to buy it now. Do not care. You know, it's at the point where I have lost any interest in Nintendo. You know, if they go third party, great. You know, if they go third party, awesome, because you won't have to put up with their bullcrap. They'll just put Mario and Zelda on Xbox and PlayStation, because I do not care about buying it on the Nintendo Wii U. I do not care about buying it on the 3DS. I do not care about buying it on the NX. I don't care about buying those games anymore, because it's just, you know, the company, they're so full of themselves that they do not understand that they're stepping on the consumers in the middle of it. You know, it's just, I don't know who's like, so I guess Reggie Fils-Aimé is the one that's running the American branch. What's going on, Reggie? What is going on? That's what I got. That's what I want to know is what's going on, because Fatal Frame is a mature game. The mature rating last I checked was 17 and older. So I mean, you've probably already seen more of this stuff. You've seen worse in Sports Illustrated magazines that they sell in public stores. I picked up not the last one, but the one before it, and it was way more risque than anything that's in the new Fatal Frame game, the Japanese version at least. The version that we're supposed to be getting. And the Sports Illustrated is way more risque than what we have in Fatal Frame 5 or any console game, to be honest. And it's just, and it's ridiculous that we're getting at this point where they don't care about the consumers. I mean, they haven't cared about the consumers for a long time, but they need to stop acting like it's the 90s. It's 2015. People have internet. The only way you can to buy the game is digital, which means you have to have internet. Guess what? If you have internet, you can check on YouTube and you'll see the costumes. You'll see the original, what they censored, It's pointless. It's absolutely ridiculous to censor something that you can clearly see plain as day on YouTube or Google Images, It's ridiculous because you're seeing the artwork that's being contaminated. You're seeing the artwork that's being tainted, and it's ridiculous because if when we ask for like a localization of a game, we want 1-1 that game. We want that exact experience that they had in Japan. We don't want anything less, and that's what they're doing. They don't care. It's the same thing when Sega localized Yakuza 3. They're like, oh, well, Americans won't understand this and this and this, so we're going to cut out all this. And we got like 3/4 of the game. We didn't even get the entire game. And the thing is, there's a lot of apologists that are like, oh, well, it's just two costumes. Why do you care? And it's just like, well, it's still censorship. The more you allow censorship to happen, the more it will happen. It'll continue and it'll continue and it'll continue. And as long as you put the money in those palms, they're going to continue doing it because they're not learning that they're making mistakes. You can't learn. People that don't get punished don't learn. They just don't. And look what happened with Capcom. They were stuffing a lot of bullcrap down people's throats. A lot of horrible DLC practices. And you want to know what happened? People decided to stop buying Capcom products. People decided to stop buying Capcom products because it was ridiculous. And you know what happened? They changed. They're a very different company now. They're a lot better now than they were several years ago. And that's the kind of change I want to see with Nintendo. I want to see them being more forward thinking. I want to see them care. I want to see them care more about their consumers than those random dumb politicians that go on Twitter and Tumblr and just whine about stuff that they're not even interested in. For me, I'm interested in Fatal Frame 5. I love Fatal Frame 2. That game was fun. And the fact that we didn't get the remake why couldn't we have gotten the remake? Why couldn't we have gotten Fatal Frame 4? And now we're finally getting Fatal Frame 5, and we can't even get the actual experience that they had. It's just, I don't want to buy that game if you're just gonna censor it. And I'm sure a lot of other people feel the same way I do. And another problem with the whole game is that it's digital only, and that's half of the Wii U right there. That's half the Wii U storage. Where if you bought a disc, you don't have any installs on the Wii U. So, and it's just way easier to buy a disc. And for me, it's just the fact that I can't buy a retail edition on top of the fact that it's censored, that, like it being digital was something that I could forgive, but it's just like, it's something that like, it's like, I don't want to buy the game, but I wouldn't mind it. And then you censor it and it's just like, okay, well now I mind it because, on top of the fact that I can't get a physical edition, it's censored. This is ridiculous. You can't just keep forcing this crap down its throats. And the whole digital only thing is going to be another video for another time. I don't know. I might do another one today. I might do it tomorrow. I don't know. But the digital only thing needs to stop. And I hope Nintendo sees this, and I hope that people raise awareness about censorship, because censorship just needs to be thrown out. Okay, we're in 2015 now. It's ridiculous. And yeah, so that's just it. I'm boycotting Fail Frame 5. I'm boycotting anything Nintendo in general, because it's gone overdone, man. It's not good. And yeah, so that's it. I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is True Blue Magic Dude, staying true to you, and yeah, later.